Hi everyone, welcome to Object Oriented Programming class. Now we will see the topic on programs using classes and objects. Please use headphone for better audio quality. So before starting the programs using our classes and object, we should recollect the concepts in classes and objects. So what is will be a class? Class is a user defined data type for creating the objects. The class contains data and methods. The methods in the class manipulate the internal data of the class. That means the method access all the data member in the class, whether it is a private member, whether it is a public member or protected member or default member. The method access all the members in the class. So next we will go to the first program. Here the program 1. Define a class named as student. It contains the following. That means we have to create one class named as student. It contains the following data members: name, registered number, subject 1, subject 2, subject 3, total and result. Here total means sum of subject 1 plus subject 2 plus subject 3. Result is maybe either pass or fail. Then methods. There are three methods are available in this program. Input method to get the input for all the variables from the user. Result calculation method to calculate the total equal to sum of subject 1, subject 2 and subject 3. Then result of the student means to find whether the student is pass or fail. Output means to display the output to the user, to display the all the variables to the user. Here assume data and method as default access specifier. That means here all the data and the method are declared as a default access specifier. Create an object of the class and access its member. This is the first program. So before going to write the program, we should analyze the program. Here first step, create a class named as student. Okay, then the class student contains data and methods. Okay, no problem. Then next, identify the suitable data types for all variables. That means here the class name is student. The student contains data and methods. Next, we have to identify the suitable data types for all the variables. So in our case, we are having the variable name and result. So name is a string variable. Result also string. That means the result may be either pass or fail. Then next one, register number. Register number should be a lengthy number, so that's why it is declared as a long data type. The next one, subject 1, subject 2, subject 3, marks. So marks range from 0 to 100. Then total equal to sum of subject 1 plus subject 2 plus subject 3, maximum of 300. So it is declared as a integer data type. The next one, methods. So methods, there are three methods there: input method, result calculation method. Third one is output method. Input method. So input method mainly used to get the input from the user. That's why it's declared as a void return data type. Okay. The next one, result calculation method. It's also declared with the return data type as void. Here two tasks will be completed here. One is to calculate the total sum of all the marks, and the result of the student. Result of the student may be pass or fail. Pass means marks of all the three subjects should be greater than or equal to 0. Otherwise, the student is failed. The next one, void output. The output function is used to display all the variable to the user through monitor. The next one, for this program, we have to create the main class named as student demo. So already in this program, totally there are two classes are there. One is student class, another one is main class. The main class named as student demo. In the main class, create the object s1 for the class student and call its method such as input, result calculation and output through objects. That means in the main class only contains the main method. In the main method, you have to create the object for the class student, then call all the methods. Next, we will go to the program. First of all, in this program totally there are two classes. One is student class, another one is student demo class. The main class is named as student demo. That means we have to save the file in studentdemo.java. First statement in the program, import space java.utl.scanner. So scanner command is used to get the input from the user during the runtime. So first one, class student, open curly brace. Here they declare all the variables: string name, result, long int, register number, int subject 1, subject 2, subject 3, total. Then next methods, void input method, open curly brace, scanner space s is equal to new scanner system.in. Next, enter your name. Next, we have to collect the input from the user. Enter your name, register number, enter your marks for 3 subjects: subject 1, subject 2, subject 3. Here name is string variable, so automatically name equal to s dot next line. Register number is a long integer, so s dot next long. So subject 1, subject 2, subject 3 are integer data type, so s dot next int. The next method, that is result calculation method. Result calculation method performing two tasks. One is to find the total, then we have to check whether the student is pass or fail. Here the total equal to subject 1 plus subject 2 plus subject 3. Then if subject 1 greater than or equal to 50, logical AND operator. Subject 2 greater than or equal to 50, logical AND operator. Subject 3 greater than or equal to 50. All the three conditions are true means the result is pass. If any one condition is fail means the result is fail. Here we are using the logical AND operators. Logical AND operator means it returns all the conditions are true means returns true value. If any one condition false means returns the false value. So result calculation method is also over. The next one, output method. So output method to display the values for all the variables. So here system.out.print. As I am using the print command, then println command. The next name, register number. First display the value for the name variable. Next tab key, the value for the register number, tab key, value for the subject 1, tab key, then value for subject 2, subject 3, total and result. So output method display all the elements. Output method display the values for all the variables. Next, close curly brace for class definition over. Here the class student definition is over here. The next one we will go to the main class. Here the main class named as class student demo. Open curly brace, public static void main, string arguments. Then open curly brace. First we have to create the objects. That is object name is s1. Student space s1 equal to new student. Here the object is created and memory is also allocated for the object s1. Then next one, next we have to get the input from the user. So system.out.println enter inputs for object 1. That means it displays the first message, enter input for object 1. Then s1.input. Here s1.input means the control transfer to the input function and collect all the inputs such as name, register number, subject 1 mark, subject 2 mark and subject 3 marks. The next s1.result calculation. S1.result calculation means control transfer to the result calculation method and find the total and result value. The next one, here the system.out.println, I am putting one hyphen symbol. That means I want to display the output in the format of table format. So in the table format, in the table format, the first row represents the header for all the tables. The second row represents the values for all the tables. So like that we have to display the output. So system.out.println line. System.out.println, the first message, double quotes name, \t. Then register number. Then subject 1, subject 2, subject 3, total, \t, result. Then ends with next line, system.out.println line. Here these 4 line represents the table header. Okay. Then next we call the function s1.output function. Here s1.output function control transfer to the output function and display values for all the variables. The next one, last line is represents after printing the outputs. Again we have to complete the table with the lines. Next close curly brace for main function. Next close curly brace for main there is main function closing and class closing. So that means in this program totally 2 classes. One is student class, another one is student demo class. Student demo class is a main class. That's why the file name is saved as a studentdemo.java. So inside the student demo, we have to create the object for the student class s1. Then call all the methods s1.input, s1.result calculation, s1.outputs. Next we will go to the output section. So first we have to compile the program java c space studentdemo.java. So here the compiler check the syntax of the language if any error. So no error. So automatically control comes to the next prompt. Then next we have to run the command java space student demo. After executing the program, that is the processor asks the input enter inputs for object 1, enter input for object 1, enter your name, I am entering the Tendulkar, enter the register number 22, 33, 44, 55, 66, enter your marks for 3 subject 88, 79 and 99. The output displayed like this. The first one is the first 3 rows are representing the header for the table. The next one, it prints the corresponding values for all the variables. The last line ends the table. The second time I am going to run the same program. Here the output equal to enter your name Sachin, enter your register number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0. Then enter your 3 marks. Here one of the mark is 49. So output equal to Sachin, register number, subject 1 mark, subject 2 mark, subject 3 mark, total 195. The result is failed because the second subject having less than 50 marks. Then next program, the same program, the first program we have created only one objects. The same question, create 2 objects for the class student and access his member. That means this time we have to create 2 objects, not for 1. So 2 objects means already all of you know that once point. Once we define the class, we can create n number of objects of that class. We have to create n number of objects of the class. Suppose once a class is defined, the user create any number of objects. For example, 10 objects, 20 objects, 1000 objects, lakhs objects, it is possible. That means the student class, in the student definition, you need not change the student definition part. Only we have to change the coding in the student demo class only, not in the student class. Next, because the student class definition is over. So only we have to write the coding in the student demo class only. In main function, he create 2 objects. So in the previous program, we have to create only one object S1. This time we have to create the 2 objects S1 and S2 for the class student and call its method such as input, result calculation and output through objects S1 and S2 separately. In the previous program, we called all the methods through S1 only. Here we have to call all the method through S1 and S2. So we have to the student class coding is same. Only we have to focus on student demo class only. Here class student demo, public static void main. We have to create the 2 objects. The first statement valid statement, second statement is valid statement. Then first one, student space S1 equal to new student. That is first object S1. Here of object name S1 and memory also allocated for the object S1. Then student space S2 space new student. So object name S2, memory allocated for the object S2. The next one, system.out.println, enter the input for object 1, S1.input. Then enter the inputs for object 2, S2.input. Next we have to call the method S1.result calculation, S2.result calculation. System.out, here the table header information. The next one, S1.output means it display the values for the objects S1. Next one, S2.output means it display the values for the object S2. Then last one, table closing. Then first close curly braces for void main function, second close curly brace for student demo. Here next we have to run the file. So first one, java space student.demo, enter the inputs for object 1, enter your name and register number and 3 marks, okay, 88, 87 and 98. Then enter the inputs for the object 2, name Sachin, enter your register number 22, 33, 44, 55, 66, enter your marks for 3 subjects 68, 85, the last subject is 49. So next the output is in the table format, name, register number, subject 1, subject 2, subject 3, total and result. The first student output is result is pass. The second student output result is fail because the third subject secured only 49 marks. The next one, here the first program we have created only one object. In the second program we have created the 2 objects. Similarly, we have to create any number of objects by using the variable name S1, S2, S3 like that, or any other variable name. Instead of S1, yes, we have to use another variable also. That is a A1, A2, A3. So far it's a user defined object name. The next one, the same program, define the class name student and all the things are same. The last line, create an array of objects for the class student. That means first program create only one object, second program created only 2 objects. The next one is created an array of objects for the class student and access is member. Array means all of you know that. For example, int a is a integer variable. Int a of 5 means is a array variable. So like that we have to create the array of object for the class also. Next, that means here the same answer. Here student class, we need not change any coding in the student class. Only in the student demo class only we have created the array of objects and call all the methods through using through array concept as well as for loop. In the main method, get the size of the array. That means number of objects from get the size of the array from user and create an array of objects. In for loop, call the methods such as input function, result calculation or output function through array of objects. The syntax for array of object creation is as follows. The first one, class name space object name equal to new class name size of the array, that is object reference. The next one, inside the for loop we have to write one statement, object name of I equal to new class name. Okay, the first statement represents the object reference. Here second statement only allocates the memory for the respective object. For example, array size equal to 3. Array size equal to 3 means I varies from 0, 1, 2. Object of that is object name of 0 is 1 student, object name of 1 is second student, object name of 2 is third student. That's also for this program also we have to focus only in the main class, that is the remaining part, that is student class part is same. Here we have to change only the student demo class only. Class student demo, public static void main, string argument, scanner space s1 equal to new scanner system.in, enter the number of objects. First int number of objects declared as a variable name, nob number of object equal to s1 dot next int. It gets the input from the user. For example, if the user input equal to 5 means nob equal to 5, that means it gets the input for 5 objects. Okay. The next one we have to create the array of objects, student space object name SO, that is student object. SO means student object, empty square bracket equal to new student number of objects. Here then for example, your user input equal to 5 means nob equal to 5. User input equal to 3 means nob equal to 3. It creates 3 array of objects. Okay. The next one, int I mainly used for loop indexing. C is equal to 1. C is equal to 1 means mainly used for counting of objects only. Okay. In the for loop, for I equal to 0, I less than nob I plus plus. Here first statement, system.out.println, enter inputs for objects. Enter inputs for object plus C. Plus C means enter the input for object 1. The next one, string student object of I equal to new student. That means memory is allocated for SO of 0. Here I first iteration I value equal to 0, SO of 0 equal to new student. Memory is allocated for the student object 0th location. Next one, SO of I of input. That means here now the control transfer to the input function and get all the input and assign to SO of 0. The next I plus plus. For example, nob equal to 3 means I plus plus. I plus plus means I value 1. That the same process executed for second objects. Then third process, the third time the same process executed for third objects also, like that. The next one, same for loop for result calculation also. That is for I equal to 0, I less than or equal to number of object I plus plus SOI of dot result calculation. That means all the 3 objects. For example, nob equal to 3 means all the 3 objects results were calculated. The next one, we are in need of output in the form of table format. That means 4 lines are required, system.out.println line and the header information, then line. The next one, for loop for displaying the outputs. Here for I equal to 0, I less than nob I plus plus SOI of output. For example, nob equal to 3, I equal to first iteration I equal to 0. SO of 0 means it display the values for all the student object of array 0. Then I equal to 1, it display all the values for the variables of object SO of 1. Like that, it prints all the 3 objects. After finishing, that is you are putting the line for the table, then first close curly brace for main function closing, second close curly brace for student demo. Next one, run the program, enter the number of objects 3. The first object input Tendulkar and register number and marks. The second object input Sachin and register number and marks. In the out of 3, second mark is 49. In the first object, all the marks are greater than 50, so pass. Second student maybe fail. Then third object, drive it, enter your register number. Here all the subjects are greater than 50. Next, the output, name, register number, subject 1, subject 2, subject 3, total and result. The first student also pass grade, second student fail grade, third student pass grade. Now we have studied the 3 programs. The first program created only one object, second program created 2 objects, third program created array of objects. That means now you are able to write the program for single object, 2 objects or 3 objects or array of objects. Okay. The next one, fourth program, it's a university question. Define a class flight in Java with the following description. In this question, they are clearly mentioned private members and public members. Here the flight number of type integer. That is private member means that is flight number of type integer. That is the data type is integer. The variable name is flight underscore number. The next one, second variable is string. The variable names are source and destination. That means in the flight you are moving from one location to another location. That is a source means source place, destination means destination place, and the flight number means it's a flight number. Okay. Then public members, a function called as feed info open bracket close bracket. To this function allow the user to enter values for flight number, source and destination. That means this function get the input from the user for the variables flight number, source and destination. A function show info is used to allow the user to print the content of all the data members. That means the show information display all the values for the variables. Create an objects for accessing the members. Okay. That means we are having the one class, flight class. Flight class contains 3 variables. One variable is flight underscore number, second variable is source, third variable destination, and 2 methods. First method is feed info for getting the input from the user, show info for displaying the output to the user. Okay. First one, import space java.util.asterisk. Okay. Class flight. Here all the variable members are private variables, so that's why I declared as a private int flight underscore number. The next one, private space string source comma destination. That is data members are over. Next, methods. All the methods are declared as a public. Here also that is return data type not mentioned, so we will put the return data type as void. So public void feed info. Scanner space is equal to new scanner system.in system.out.println enter source destination and flight number inputs. Now first one source equal to s dot next line. That is for string input we have to use the command next line. So source and destination s dot next line. Next for flight number it's an integer variable, so s dot next int. The next function is show info. This method also does not return any value, so we have to put the return type as void. The method is public. System.out.println flight number, then it prints the value for the flight number. Then source place, it prints the value for the source variable. Destination place, it prints the values for the destination variable. Then close curly brace for the show information closing. The next close curly brace for class closing. The next one, this program also involved 2 class. One class is flight. Another one we have to create the main class. That main class named as flight demo. Okay, so that's why the file name saved as a flight demo.java. So flight demo class flight demo open curly brace public static void main string arguments valid statement. First in this program we have to create only one object. So flight space f equal to new flight. Then f dot feed info. That means control transfer to the feed info function and get all the inputs such as flight number, source place and destination place. And f dot show info, it prints flight number, source place and destination place. Next close curly brace. First close curly brace for main function closing. Second close curly brace for class closing. Next we have to run the file flight Java space flight demo. Then it asks the input, enter the source, destination and flight number inputs. Madurai, source place, destination place Chennai. My flight number is 12345. The outputs, flight number 12345, source place Madurai, destination place Chennai. So in this program we have created only one objects. Through this object we have to call the function feed info and show info function. This is the important university question paper. The mark for this question is 13 marks. You will see the programming length is only limited to 25 to 30 lines. It's a very easy concept. Okay. The next program, define a class book with the following specification. Private member of the class books. First here also private member are there, public members are there. Private member of the class book. First one, book number, book underscore number. It's an integer data type. Book title, 20 characters length. So 20 characters means it should be a string variable. Price of the book, double. Price per copy. Okay, means per copy rates. Okay, for example, per book rate. The next one, number of copies. Number of copies to be purchased. So number of copy, it should be integer data type. Okay. The next, total cost. Total cost is in double. Total cost equal to number of copies into price per book. Okay. So public methods of the class book. The first method is input function. Input function to read book number, book title and price. That means this function get the input for the variables book number, book title and price from the user. The next one, purchase function. This function to ask the user to input the number of copies to be purchased. So in this function we have to get the input from the user for number of copies to be purchased. Then this function calculates the total cost. That is total cost equal to number of copies into price per book, and prints the total cost to be paid by the user. So create an object for accessing the members. That means we have to create only one object is enough. Okay, this is also one of the important question. Next, here also there are two classes are involved. First class is book, then main class is named as bookdemo.java, bookdemo. Okay, so file name is bookdemo.java. The next one, the first class, first one, import space java.utl.asix is possible, or otherwise we have to put scanner. So both commands are correct. The next one, class book. So here all the variables are declared as a private variables. So private int book number is a private integer variable, number of copies also integer variable. The next one, private string book title. Book title should be a string variable. Private double price and total cost. The next one, methods. The first method, public void input. So input function get the three inputs from the user. One is book title, second one is book number, third one is price per book. Okay, so scanner command space scanner space is equal to new scanner system.in, system.out.println, enter the book title, book number and the price inputs. Next, book title, yes dot, that is book title is a string, so next line command we have used. Book number is integer input, s dot next integer, price amount is double, s dot next double. This is void input function is over. Next one, void purchase. In void purchase also we have to get the one input from the user. That input is number of copies to be purchased. Here scanner space is equal to new scanner system.in, system.out.println, enter number of copies. Number of copies equal to s dot next int. The next one, total cost equal to price into number of copies. Total cost equal to price into number of copies. System.out.println, book title, book number, price, number of copies and total cost. Then close curly brace for purchase function closing. Next, close curly brace for book closing. In this program we have created the scanner object for two times. One is void input, another one is void purchase, because both functions are in the same class but it's the different methods. So we have to use a separate object for the scanner class also. Okay, the next one, book demo class book demo, valid statement, public static void main, string arguments, book space f equal to new book, that is here object name equal to f. Then f dot input means it gets the input from the user. The next, f dot purchase. The next, control transfer the purchase function and get the input from the user for number of copies and calculate the total cost and display all the elements. Next one, we have to run the program. First one here for run the program, the first one, the control transfer to the main function. First object is created, so f dot input function control transfer to the input function for getting the inputs, that is title, book number and price. That is the title of the book is C Programming, book number is 5678, the price amount per book is 475.5. The next one, f dot purchase. Now the control transfer to the purchase function and enter the number of copies to be purchased. My input equal to 10. The next one, this function calculate the total cost and print the following outputs, that is book title C Programming, book number 5678, price amount 475.5, number of copies equal to 10, total cost is 4755.0. So okay, today now we studied about the programs using classes and objects programs, and also we have solved five programs. The five programs, the first program deal with only one object, second program deal with two objects, third program deal with array of objects. Okay, so thanks for watching. Thank you.